In the last 12 months, an investigation by the IOPC has found that there have been 39 fatalities covering the deaths of motorists, cyclists or pedestrians in road traffic collisions involving police. The highest level, it's said, since 2018 to 2019. That's an increase of 14 deaths on the 12 months between 2020 and 2021. 33 deaths were related to police chases in 21 to 22, including 25 people who were either the driver or passenger in a car that was being pursued by police. But the figures also include those whose deaths resulted from police responding to an emergency call, much like Louise Bailey, who we spoke about in a previous report today, who was struck by a police car on the way to attend a chase of a shoplifting suspect. The investigation revealed that the average age of the fatalities was just 27 years old. The IOPC's Director General, Michael Lockwood, said that it's concerning to note that this year has seen a rise in the number of fatalities from road traffic incidents. 39 deaths from 25 the previous year. 5 incidents accounted for 12 of the deaths, and a high proportion, 85% of the deaths, were police pursuit related. In the 13 deaths where the IOP has concluded an investigation, we found police officers acted appropriately and according with their training, policies and procedures. Well, of course you did. In its annual report on deaths in and following police contact in England and Wales, they say deaths in custody was down from 11 to 11 from 19 the previous year. Ooh, 8 less killed in police custody. Ooh, whoopee-doo. In its report, the IOPC said there were 56 apparent suicides following police custody in 21 to 22, an increase of 1 on the previous year. The report also says that 109 deaths involving other circumstances were also recorded. Of these deaths, 77 were men, 32 were women. 92 people were white, 6 were black, 5 were Asian, 2 people were mixed ethnicity and 1 person was from another ethnic group. The ethnicity of 3 of the people was not known at the time of the publication of the report. And that must be white privilege kicking in right there. So privileged to be the highest demographic of deaths in this category. 6 people were aged under 18 years and 29 people were young adults aged between 18 and 30. 7 people were aged over 60. The average age in this category was 40 years old. Remind me again not to get arrested. I don't need any help shuffling off this mortal coil, thank you. And almost half of those who died, 54, were reported to have been pissed or on drugs at the time of the incident, or drugs and or alcohol featured heavily in their lifestyle, with 60% of the people who died, that's 66 people, being reported to have had mental health concerns. Now, although I don't necessarily believe that, I think it's a good excuse to use to cover one's arse from being responsible for a death. I mean, mental health. Although in some cases I believe this is the case, that some with mental health issues would go on to harm themselves, I think that's quite a high number that they've given in that report. Now, I've linked to the full document in the description, so you can go and check out the figures yourself if you wish to, but thought it was important to mention in a report on the channel the kind of numbers that we're talking about when it comes to deaths in, at the hands of, or after contact with our wonderful boys and girls in blue.